Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My speech number 5, it's called How to Get an MBA. So hopefully you'll find some delight in that kind of information I'm going to share with everybody. When everyone thinks about an MBA, we think, obviously, the highest form of education, right? But before I talk about how to get an MBA, I'm going to give to you a reasoning what the MBA that I'm talking about is. Then I'm going to tell you 3 different ways how to get the MBA that I'm talking about. And I'm going to illustrate each step, or each step to get to the MBA, with a little story. So I'm doing it a little bit different today, a little story attached to each one so you can understand what each step is about. And then I'll wrap it up and do a call to action to everybody. As a matter of fact, I got parting gifts for everybody today. Basically, an MBA, to me, the way I'm presenting it today is how to get a massive bank account or a massive emotional bank account. That's the angle I'm going at. How to get an emotional bank account. And you do it by 3 ways. First, just like you would with money in a bank, you have to have deposits, emotional deposits. You got to have inquiries, meaning you got to check how the bank is doing in your emotional bank account. And the last one, well, it wouldn't be no fun if we don't do any withdrawal, right? We got to have a withdrawal. We got to be able to, we give some, so we take some. Okay. So we'll start with the first one. The first one is deposit. And I'll give you a little story with how a deposit looks like in a massive emotional bank account. I regularly, with my wife, once a month, we would celebrate our anniversary, our monthly anniversary. Eventually, it was a year anniversary, and so forth and so forth. But I would always get her white roses. I would get her white roses, and I would bring it to her. And it was eventually became transactional. What do I mean by that? It was just, I would just bring it. I would come home from work, take off my jacket, and I'm ready to come to work. I would drop my jacket, go sit down. Here I am. Oh, let me go back to the car. I forgot to get the white roses. Go bring her the white roses. And we're sitting down with the children. We do grace before we eat. And then what happened? What happened then? We finished eating. I went to watch TV. The roses have been there for 3-4 hours already. Ready to go to bed, and they were still sitting there. Typically, she would open it up. She would cut it open, right? You got to cut it a certain way, and then you got to put it in a vase, right? She puts a little powder so it won't die. It was just sitting there. I said, I'm going to be graceful about this and not get upset, but my gosh. White roses are just sitting there dying. Why? Talk about it. Went to work the next day. Got my jacket back on. Month passed by. Didn't even talk about it. Next month did the same identical thing. I said, I'm going to do what I normally do. Give the white roses and give to her. It sat there again. She didn't say a word to me. So what did I do? I started getting worried, right? I said, I can't ignore this. Our tradition of bringing her white roses has gone away. It's not important anymore to her, right? That deposit is not working anymore. So I decided to do step 2, inquiries. Is this deposit really meaningful to her? Does it really mean something anymore to her? So I went and step 2, inquiries, went and asked her the question. And said, honey, I brought some roses, and I think you noticed them. And oh yeah, I was so busy. I was doing dishes, and I'm serving the kids. I sat down with her and I said, honey, would you like me to help you with the dishes? What would you? No, you have no idea. Okay. Honey, would you like me to help you in the morning with breakfast, maybe with the kids? You have no idea. You have no idea what I have to go through every day. You have no idea. I have to do cooking. I have to do the dishes. I have to do all this stuff. You just come home from work. You just put your jacket there, and that's fine with you, and you're okay with it, but you have no idea what I have to go through. You have no idea. There's 4 kids. I gotta feed them. I said, oh my God. I didn't know, right? I'm providing all the necessary things she needs. I think the money's right. It's coming in. I'm bringing roses. Most women love roses. I think I'm doing good. I didn't do the inquiry. I didn't do the inquiry to find out what kind of deposit she needed. So in step 2, I realized that, guess what I do now? Yeah, that's right. I do dishes now. Every night I do the dishes. I do the dishes for her. She's going to cook. I'll do the dishes. Guess what I do every morning? You're right. Before I came here, all my kids got their breakfast. I take care of the breakfast. Hey, listen, I can do cereal. It's easy for me, right? Get a few bowls, put the cereal, put the milk. I'm set. I'm Superman now. I'm great, right? It's now she appreciates. Not that inquiry made me realize what her real deposits were. Number 3 is withdrawal. You have the bank account. Now it's time for you to take some out. Well, don't take it all out at once. Don't say I want a Rolex now. Okay, no, you don't do that. What you do is now do gradual withdrawals. Say, honey, this weekend Dolphins are going to be playing, and I like football. What do you think? They're more receptive to say, yeah, bring your friends. Yeah, sit there. No problem. She's happier. Why? Because I listened to what really mattered to her. See, the roses were just transactional, but to actually help her with the dishes, to actually help with the breakfast, to actually now when I come home and after I say grace and all that, actually sit down and listen to her. Guess what? That's the emotional bank account she was looking at. So I'm giving this out to all of you today. Pass one down and give everybody one, if you could, please. Pass everyone get one of those. We do it, but we don't do it very often. And when you open it up, pass it on to somebody. And it's a thank you card. And it's a blank thank you card. I want to thank everyone here today. I wish there was more of you today because I really want to thank everyone today. This is my deposit with this Toastmasters Club. I want to thank you for helping me become a better communicator. But don't just keep it there. Pass it on and go find someone that you need to give thanks to. Because there's someone out there that's making you better. There's someone out there, like she said, there's someone out there that you got to be thankful for, right? So pass it on. Because as the great philosopher Shadrin said, we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Take this with you today and have a wonderful Thanksgiving.